cheese shoes. He had to make them custom made because he needs the grip to get up. They were very, I don't know, soft.
Very
on the ground.
smooth.
Yeah, very smooth. So we're gonna put on the shoes now.
Have you ever stopped to ask, where does human endurance truly reach its limit? Some individuals begin life with challenges they never chose, facing obstacles that would make most people hesitate. Yet instead of stepping back, they move forward with determination, transforming limitations into motivation. Their stories remind us that strength is not just physical, it's a mindset built through persistence, learning, and the courage to keep going when things get difficult. What may seem like a barrier can become a powerful starting point for growth. More than anything, these journeys invite us to look beyond appearances and understand the value of empathy and respect. Every experience carries a lesson, and every person has a story worth hearing. When we choose curiosity over judgment, we begin to see resilience in a new light, not as something rare, but as something we can all develop. If you believe in the power of the human spirit, share your thoughts below and stay connected for more meaningful stories that inform, inspire, and open new perspectives. Anam Haikins from Ghana has become a powerful voice for acceptance and representation within the vitiligo community. After facing stigma and misunderstanding, she once felt the need to hide her skin, avoiding attention and judgment. But over time, she chose a different path, one rooted in confidence and self-acceptance. By stepping into the modeling world, she turned what was once a source of insecurity into a defining strength, challenging narrow ideas of beauty and identity. Today, Enam is not only a model but also an advocate for awareness and empathy. Through her story, she encourages others to see skin differences as natural variations rather than imperfections. Her journey highlights an important message. Uniqueness is not something to conceal, but something to embrace. By sharing her experience, she helps reshape perceptions and reminds us that true value lies in authenticity, courage, and the willingness to stand proudly in one's own skin. Nastia Zhidkova entered the world with a rare genetic condition known as albinism, which affects pigmentation in the skin, hair, and eyes. This gives her a distinctive appearance, while also bringing challenges such as light sensitivity and visual limitations. Daily life requires extra care and awareness, yet she has chosen not to retreat from public view. Instead, she moves forward with confidence, showing that differences can be understood, respected, and embraced, rather than hidden. Beyond her appearance, Nastia's journey carries a meaningful message about perception and acceptance. By stepping into the spotlight, she gently questions traditional ideas of beauty, encouraging a broader and more inclusive way of seeing others. Her presence reminds us that diversity is a natural part of humanity, and that true appreciation comes from understanding, not comparison. Through quiet strength and authenticity, she inspires others to value individuality and to approach the world with greater openness and empathy. Nastia Zhidkova, also known by the stage name Kimi, has transformed personal challenges into a story of global inspiration. Living with albinism, she has learned to navigate both physical sensitivities and public perception, yet she never allowed those differences to define her limits. Instead, she embraced her identity as something meaningful and distinct, a natural variation that adds depth to the diversity of human experience. Through her presence in the creative world, she shows that uniqueness can become a powerful form of expression. Her journey offers a thoughtful lesson about self-acceptance and perspective. Rather than approaching differences with doubt, she treats them as part of a larger, meaningful whole, like a unique note within a greater harmony. This mindset encourages others to see themselves with greater respect and confidence. In the end, her story reminds us that true strength comes from embracing who we are, and that authenticity is often the most powerful way to connect with the world around us. In a remote mountainous area of Jammu and Kashmir, Mohammad Latif Katana lives a life shaped by extraordinary challenges caused by a rare medical condition. His appearance has changed significantly over time, affecting both his vision and daily interactions. Despite facing financial hardship and social distance from others, he refuses to give up. Each day, he finds ways to support his family, holding tightly to his role as a father and provider. His journey is not defined by limitations, but by the quiet strength it takes to continue moving forward. What makes Muhammad's story truly powerful is not what he has lost, but what he continues to protect: love, responsibility, and hope for his child's future. His daughter, born healthy, represents a new beginning and a reason to keep striving. Through his life, we are reminded that true human connection goes far beyond appearance. It lives in actions, sacrifice, and the determination to care for others, even in the most difficult circumstances. Nick Vujicic entered life with a rare condition that meant he was born without limbs, a reality that brought deep emotional challenges in his early years. Growing up, he struggled with questions about identity, purpose, and belonging, facing moments of doubt that many could hardly imagine. Yet within that silence, something began to take shape: a quiet resilience, built through reflection, support, and the gradual discovery of his own value beyond physical form. Over time, Nick transformed those inner struggles into a source of strength and purpose. Instead of being defined by what he lacked, he focused on what he could give: hope, perspective, and encouragement to others facing their own difficulties. His journey reflects a powerful truth. Even in the most uncertain beginnings, the human spirit can grow, adapt, and find meaning. By turning challenges into a message of light, he reminds us that strength often begins from within, long before it is seen by the world. Instead of focusing on what was absent, Nick Vujicic chose to build his life around what remained possible. With determination and creativity, he learned to use the small part of his body he could control as a foundation for independence. Over time, he expanded his abilities from learning daily tasks to taking on challenges like swimming and public speaking. Each step forward became proof that progress is not about having more, but about making the most of what you have. Today, Nick's journey has reached millions around the world through his talks and messages of hope. Rather than being defined by physical limitations, he has become a voice for resilience, encouraging others to overcome doubt and believe in their own potential. His story highlights a powerful lesson: true freedom begins in the mind. When people choose to challenge their fears and embrace their strengths, they can reshape their path and inspire others to do the same. Jacqueline Saborito was a Venezuelan student whose life changed dramatically after a serious traffic incident in 1999 caused by drunk driving. She endured extensive medical treatment over many years, facing both physical and emotional challenges with remarkable courage. Rather than retreating from public life, she made a powerful decision to share her story, using her experience to raise awareness about the dangers of irresponsible driving and the importance of making safe choices. Through her advocacy, Jacqueline transformed personal hardship into a meaningful mission that reached people around the world. She spoke openly about responsibility, consequences, and the value of life, helping others understand how one decision can impact many lives. Her story is not only about resilience, but also about forgiveness, empathy, and the ability to create positive change. By turning her experience into a message of awareness, she continues to inspire others to act with care and protect the lives of those around them. Liu Jiangli was born with a rare skin condition that affected much of her body, giving her an appearance that set her apart from others. Her early life was marked by difficult circumstances, but she was raised with care and support by relatives who provided her with stability and love. Growing up, she faced curiosity and misunderstanding, yet she chose not to let those reactions define how she saw herself. What truly stands out in Liu's journey is her outlook on life. She carries herself with warmth and positivity, showing that confidence and kindness can shine brighter than any external difference. Her story reminds us that identity is shaped not by appearance, but by attitude, resilience, and the ability to find joy even in challenging situations. Through her example, we are encouraged to respond with empathy and to recognize the strength that can grow from compassion and support. Parma Ham is a striking presence within London's underground art scene, known for transforming personal appearance into a bold form of cyber-Gothic expression. Through dramatic styling, avant-garde makeup, and carefully crafted visual identity, This artist challenges conventional ideas of beauty and self-presentation. Rather than seeking validation from mainstream standards, they use creativity as a language, one that speaks of individuality, freedom, and the right to exist beyond predefined norms. Beyond the visual impact lies a deeper message about authenticity and resilience. Facing criticism and misunderstanding, Parma continues to stand firm in their identity, showing that self-expression can be both an artistic act and a statement of personal truth. Their journey invites us to rethink how we view difference not as something to judge, but as something that expands the boundaries of culture and creativity. In choosing to live openly and unapologetically, they remind us that courage often begins with simply being ourselves. In Indonesia, Lasium lives with a condition that has gradually changed her skin, bringing both physical discomfort and daily challenges. Yet beyond what is visible, her story reflects quiet strength and perseverance. Each day requires patience and resilience, but she continues forward, holding on to hope and the determination to adapt. Rather than allowing hardship to define her, she focuses on what remains strong, her spirit and her will to keep living fully. What makes her journey especially meaningful is the support that surrounds her. From the care of loved ones to the encouragement of her community, these connections have become a source of comfort and strength. Lasium's story highlights the importance of compassion and human connection, reminding us that healing is not only physical, but also emotional and social. Through her outlook, she shows that even in difficult circumstances, it is possible to focus on growth, hope, and the promise of brighter days ahead. Teresa and Anna show that connection is not always defined by blood, but by shared experience and mutual understanding. Born with physical differences, they learn to adapt in remarkable ways, turning their feet into precise and capable tools for everyday life. What might seem like a limitation to others became, for them, a new form of independence built through patience, practice, and determination. Their journey highlights how the human mind can find solutions even in the most unexpected circumstances. Rather than avoiding attention, Teresa and Anna chose to share their lives openly, using images and storytelling to express their reality. In doing so, they transformed daily routines into a message of confidence and self-respect. Their story encourages us to rethink the idea of limits, showing that ability is not fixed but shaped by perspective and effort. Through resilience and authenticity, they remind us that true strength lies in embracing who we are and finding our own way to thrive. Sabrina lives with a condition that makes her skin especially sensitive, turning everyday life into a continuous test of patience and care. For a long time, she chose to stay hidden, covering herself to avoid attention and judgment. But over time, she discovered a deeper truth that self-worth is not defined by appearance, but by the strength it takes to keep going. As a mother, she found new purpose, drawing courage from her role in caring for her family and building a future filled with hope. With the support of her loved ones, Sabrina gradually found her voice and began to share her journey with others. In doing so, she became more than someone managing a condition. She became an advocate for understanding and acceptance. Her story speaks to those who feel unseen, reminding them that they are not alone. By facing both personal challenges and social perceptions with courage, she helps open the door to greater empathy, proving that resilience and compassion can create meaningful change. Manon has been given many labels by others, yet he chooses to respond with calmness and quiet confidence. When presented with the option to change his appearance, he made a deeply personal decision, prioritizing stability and the well-being of his family over pursuing transformation. For him, life is guided not by external expectations, but by inner values, faith, and a sense of responsibility that shapes his every choice. What makes Manon's story meaningful is his perspective on self-worth. He sees identity not as something reflected in a mirror, but as something rooted in character, peace of mind, and the way one lives. By accepting himself as he is, he offers a different definition of beauty, one grounded in serenity and authenticity. His journey encourages us to respect individual choices and to recognize that true strength often lies in finding peace within ourselves, regardless of how the world may perceive us. Harmony Rose Allen experienced a life-changing medical crisis at just 10 months old when she developed a severe infection that threatened her survival. Doctors faced an incredibly difficult situation, and urgent treatment was required to save her life. As a result, she underwent major surgeries at a very young age, marking the beginning of a journey that would demand extraordinary resilience from both her and her family. Yet what defines Harmony Rose's story is not the hardship, but the remarkable strength that followed. Growing up, she learned to adapt, explore, and engage with the world in her own unique way, supported by love, care, and medical innovation. Her journey highlights the power of determination and the importance of support systems, reminding us that even in the most challenging circumstances, the human spirit can continue to grow, learn, and inspire others with courage and hope. Harmony Rose Allen has grown beyond the challenges of her early life with remarkable determination and the steady support of her family in Bath. As she developed, she learned to use prosthetic limbs with confidence, gradually building the skills needed to move, play, and participate in activities many might once have thought impossible. Through patience, training, and encouragement, she discovered her own way of engaging with the world on her terms. Today, her journey stands as a powerful example of perseverance and possibility. From sports like gymnastics and swimming to taking on endurance challenges, she continues to expand what she can achieve. More than physical milestones, her story highlights a deeper message. Limitations do not define potential. With support, resilience, and belief in oneself, even the most difficult beginnings can lead to a life filled with movement, joy, and purpose. Today, Harmony Rose Allen is not only a joyful young girl but also a passionate youth advocate, using her voice to support awareness and education about serious illness. As an ambassador for meningitis charities, she helps others better understand the condition she once faced, turning her personal experience into a source of guidance and hope. Her recognition at the Pride of Britain Awards in 2021, where she received the Child of Courage Award, reflects both her determination and her commitment to making a positive difference. Rather than viewing herself through the lens of hardship, she has chosen a path of purpose and inspiration. By embracing her life as it is, she encourages others to find strength in the present moment and to value themselves beyond physical form. Her story carries a meaningful message. Happiness grows from acceptance, resilience, and the courage to move forward with gratitude. Through her journey, she reminds us that even the most difficult beginnings can lead to a life that uplifts and inspires others.